Hey, and welcome back to another video. It's your Lifestylist K, your secure woman mentor. And today I want to talk about the deep dive of truly healing from toxic relationships and what that truly looks like for us. Let's dive in.
Day in, day out, pleading strangers for help. Don't dwell upon this thought right now.
I wanted to talk about this because as I maneuver through life and understanding and through this journey of truly healing, I think at times we can get caught up on the toxicity of relationships. We can get caught up in the faults of men, this, women, that, and ultimately it's deeper than that and it's bigger than that, right? But because we want to overly dive into the way someone has mishandled us or mistreated us, I think it can keep us stuck in unresolved issues. It can keep us stuck in that space and not allowing us to elevate. And that's why I think it's more important to not necessarily stay on the topic of hurt and pain for too long, but really truly work on the ways in which we can heal and elevate and become a better version of ourselves so that we won't consistently and continue to experience the things of the past, right? So I want to give you a few reasons why you're maybe stuck in that cycle of toxic relationships, why you're not healing from that. I think one thing we have to understand is people are going to be who they are, right? And if you have dealt with people who have consistently shown you who they are, and you have attempted to heal them, help them with nothing in return, then ultimately what you have done is decided to hurt your own feelings. And so your unresolved emotional wounds can keep you stuck in that pain. It keeps you stuck in that space where you're consistently feeling it. So you carry it with you. And when you carry things like that with you, you're telling yourself in the universe that this is the pain that you deserve. And so you're going to hold on to it and you're not going to let it go until that person comes back and apologize, or that person comes back and recognize how they've treated you. So you're deciding to hold on to it because it's easier to wallow in that space. And the one thing that we don't want to do is consistently stay in that space where we're still holding on to that pain, we're still holding on to that trauma, which then causes us to have consistently reoccurring thoughts, triggers, and consistently attracting that same type of situation or relationship to us on a consistent basis. It's up to you to do the work within yourself, on yourself, and for yourself so that you can have better. One thing about any situation, especially toxic situation, it leaves an imprint on our subconscious. So we create these subconscious beliefs, we create these patterns, and it becomes a part of us. And that's what we're fighting against. That's what we're doing the work for, so that these patterns and these thoughts will not become our life moving forward. And within those patterns and those subconscious thoughts, it leaves behind the limiting beliefs of about love. It leaves limiting thoughts about our worthiness, all those things that we internalize and then we exude out into the world, right? It messes up our energy. It causes us to think less of ourselves because how come this person couldn't treat me the way that I know that I deserve to be treated? And we're placing blame on ourselves instead of just allowing that person to be who they are. They treated you that way because that's all they had to give. And you accepted what they had to give because maybe you saw more in them than they saw in themselves. And because they saw that in you, they drained you. You wanted to keep attempting to help. All of these things, which in turn cause you to doubt yourself, cause you to think less of yourself. It causes all these wounds. It causes all these pains. If you've ever been in a relationship or know someone who's been in a relationship for a long period of time and it's an extremely toxic relationship, if you just watch how they go from one person to a very low energy, low focus type of person, they're no longer who they used to be because they consistently have accepted less than what their inner self has conditioned them to accept for the sake of the relationship, right? They've accepted less for the sake of a relationship. So, what they have done and what we can do at times is choose the relationship over ourselves. And one thing you should never do is choose a relationship over yourself. You should not choose pain over self love. You should not choose lack over your self worth. And you should not accept someone creating a version of yourself that you can't even live with. And another reason we fail to truly release and heal from toxic relationships is because we're always looking for closure. It's the lack of closure. We always want to know why. We always want to have a reason for something. If you're in a relationship or we're in a relationship with someone who mistreated you, mishandled you, lied, just wasn't really the best person for you, the way that they treated you should be closure enough. We think that us being a good person, we think that us being nice and us always giving, we think what we have to give is enough for someone to be good to us back. We feel as though when what we see in someone, they should exude that. And that's just not how it goes. We are dealing with people who have had their own traumas, who have dealt with their own situations in the way that they've learned to deal with them, whether good or bad. People give you what they have to give. And a lot of times, what people have to give is just more hurt and more pain. You can't love it out of them. You can't nice it out of them. You can't do anything within yourself to change someone else. So, if you have experienced toxic relationship and you are truly wanting to heal, stop blaming yourself. The closure that you needed was the disrespect that they gave you throughout the relationship. How they treated you and how they made you feel less than who you truly are was not true. It was who they are, and they were projecting it onto you. And as you come to an understanding of that, you will begin to heal those unresolved emotional wounds that were left behind. You have to trust in yourself and in your knowing and understand that who you are, what you have to offer, what you bring to a relationship, what you add to a relationship is enough. And not everyone will accept it. Some people will only get with you to ruin you. But we have to tap into that discernment and understanding that, hey, when something isn't good, you walk away. You don't try to change them. You don't try to love it out of them. You choose you over the relationship every time. You choose you over a toxic relationship every single time. So as you move through this process of healing, we're not placing blame. People are going to be who they are. Man, woman, boy, girl, they're going to be who they are. This life, this journey is about you elevating, you healing from past situations and past traumas. It's about you. Despite who caused the pain, they're not here to heal it because they can't even heal their own pain. This is about you being aware enough of your need to heal, being aware enough of the relationship that you truly desire, and knowing that you going through the process of healing will get you the desires of your heart. So stop allowing yourself to remain in a space that's not conducive to your elevation. I'll see you on the next video.